Early life and introduction to football. Andrei Viktorovich Solomatin was born on June 8, 1983, in the Russian city of Sverdlovsk, now Yekaterinburg. Growing up in the early post-Soviet era, Solomatin was introduced to football at a very young age. His father, a former sportsman, noticed his natural athletic ability and encouraged him to pursue football. Solomatin's love for the sport quickly became evident, and by the age of 6, he was enrolled in a local youth football academy. Solomatin's early years were marked by a relentless desire to improve his skills and rise above his peers. His technical ability, quick feet, and understanding of the game allowed him to progress rapidly through the youth ranks. His parents supported his budding career, and Solomatin's raw talent was nurtured by the local football community. By the time he was a teenager, Solomatin had already earned a reputation as one of the top prospects in the Sverdlovsk region. At 15, Andrei moved to the capital of Russian football, Moscow, to join the youth academy of FC Spartak Moscow. This was a significant step in his career, as Spartak was one of Russia's most successful and prestigious football clubs. The move to Moscow was both exciting and challenging for Solomatin, as he had to adapt to a higher level of competition while being away from his family. Despite the challenges, his drive and passion for football kept him focused on his goal of making it to the professional level. Youth career at Spartak Moscow. Solomatin's time at Spartak Moscow's youth academy marked the beginning of his development into a professional footballer. Known for his versatile style of play, he was primarily used as a midfielder, though his adaptability on the pitch allowed him to perform in various roles. Whether in central midfield, defensive midfield, or even as a winger, Solomatin demonstrated a knack for contributing to the team's play in numerous positions. During his time in Spartak's youth ranks, he caught the eye of several senior team coaches, and by the age of 17, he was promoted to the first-team squad. While still a teenager, Solomatin made an impression with his composure on the ball, technical skills, and ability to read the game. He was often described as a complete player, capable of defending as well as going forward and creating chances for his teammates. Despite his youth, Solomatin's consistent performances for the youth team in Russia's top divisions signaled that he had the potential to become a key player for the senior team. Spartak's commitment to developing young players paid off, and soon, Solomatin was making appearances for the first team in domestic competitions. Debut in the Russian Premier League. Andrei Solomatin made his professional debut for Spartak Moscow in the Russian Premier League in 2000 at just 17 years old. It was a monumental moment for the young midfielder, who had worked tirelessly to earn his spot in the first team. His debut came against one of the league's toughest opponents, but Solomatin did not look out of place. His poise under pressure and intelligent passing soon gained the admiration of Spartak's coaching staff. As a rookie, Solomatin was still finding his feet in top-tier football, but his versatility was an asset. He could play both as a defensive midfielder, protecting the back four, and as an attacking midfielder, linking up with the forwards. In his first few seasons, he established himself as a valuable squad player, contributing important minutes and playing a supporting role in the team's successes. Spartak Moscow, one of the leading clubs in Russia, was a highly competitive environment, and for Solomatin, this was an opportunity to learn from experienced professionals and hone his craft. The team enjoyed domestic success during this period, securing multiple league titles, and Solomatin, though not always a first-choice starter, was an important part of the squad's depth. Loan spells and rise to prominence. Though his early years at Spartak were marked by a lack of consistent first-team opportunities, Solomatin's talent did not go unnoticed. In search of more regular playing time and the chance to further develop his game, Solomatin was loaned out to several clubs throughout his career. These moves provided him with vital playing time and allowed him to showcase his ability on a more consistent basis. In 2003, Solomatin was loaned to FC Shenyang Dongjin in China for a season. Although the move was outside of Russia, it provided him with the chance to gain more playing time and become the central figure in midfield. His time in China was successful, as he helped the team improve in the league and developed a reputation for being a solid, reliable player in the middle of the park. After his spell in China, Solomatin returned to Russia and continued his development. He spent several seasons with clubs such as FC Ural Yekaterinburg, where he became a prominent figure in the midfield. The move to Ural, based in his home city of Yekaterinburg, allowed him to return to familiar surroundings and find his form in the Russian Premier League. His performances with Ural, particularly during the 2005 and 2006 seasons, garnered attention from several top-flight clubs, and Solomatin was once again being talked about as one of the most promising midfielders in Russia. Playing style and impact. Throughout his career, Andrei Solomatin was known for his adaptability and versatility on the field. Whether operating as a defensive midfielder, a box-to-box player, or in a more attacking role, Solomatin possessed a variety of skills that allowed him to contribute in numerous ways. His passing range was one of his strongest attributes, with Solomatin capable of making both short, precise passes and long, accurate deliveries to switch the play. A tireless worker, Solomatin was also known for his stamina, regularly covering large distances in matches and contributing both offensively and defensively. His ability to read the game and break up opposition attacks was key to his success in the midfield, where he often played a crucial role in linking defense to attack. His awareness and decision-making under pressure made him a trusted presence in the middle of the park for his teammates. National team contributions. Solomatin's form at the club level eventually earned him a place in the Russian national team. He was first called up to the national squad in the early 2000s, and though his time with the national team was somewhat limited, his contributions were valuable. He made several appearances for Russia in international friendlies and qualifiers, showcasing his talents against top international opposition. Solomatin was part of Russia's squad during the 2004 UEFA European Championship, although he did not feature prominently in the tournament. Nevertheless, his inclusion in the squad highlighted his growing reputation as one of Russia's top midfield talents. His national team career continued for several years, though injuries and competition for places often limited his appearances. Later years and retirement. As Solomatin entered the latter stages of his career, he moved back to the Russian Premier League, playing for teams like FC Anzhi Makhachkala and FC Krylia Sovetov Samara. His later years were marked by a shift towards a more seasoned role, where he used his experience to guide younger players and provide leadership on the pitch. However, injuries began to take their toll, and by 2014, Solomatin decided to retire from professional football. His retirement marked the end of a successful and multifaceted career, one that spanned over a decade in the Russian Premier League and beyond. Post-retirement life and legacy. After hanging up his boots, Andrei Solomatin remained involved in football, working in various roles within the sport, including coaching and football administration. His deep knowledge of the game and his experience at both the club and international levels made him a valuable asset in the post-playing world. Solomatin's legacy is one of versatility, dedication, and tactical intelligence. Though he never reached the superstar status of some of his contemporaries, his consistent performances and adaptability made him a key player at every club he represented. Today, Solomatin is remembered as one of Russia's most reliable and flexible midfielders, a player who gave his all to the sport and was valued by coaches, teammates, and fans alike for his commitment and work ethic.